driving the 944S. It's a nice morning, good day for a drive. I like driving my 944. It's a fun experience. It's a very ergonomic car, good seating, driving position, excellent frontal visibility, mirrors in a good place.
Hazard reported ahead.
I love that view of the arched fenders from the mirrors. All of the controls are pretty ergonomic. You got your cruise control stalk, it's the lower stalk to the right of the steering wheel. All of your climate stuff, radio, headlights and fog lights over here. What more do you need? Of course, one great feature about 944s are the pop-up headlights. The later model 944s, the 85 and a half and up, have the more curved dash and the kind of one-piece instrument cluster. I also have the Saratoga top in this car, which really lightens up the interior, which is really a nice feature. At 180 horsepower, this is the S model, the 16 valve, 2.5 liter model. You know, it really doesn't have that much power, but it's, again, it's sporty enough. There's a bit of wind noise. You can hear the hatch rattle a little bit over bumps. Some road noise. It's, you know, it's a 30-year-old vehicle. It's not modern, but it drives pretty well. It's fun. This car has the Dansk aftermarket exhaust on it, which is a little loud in my opinion. You know, if you're getting on the car, it's a little raspy and people like that. But for cruising on the highway, it would be nice if it was a touch quieter. Sometimes in a tunnel, I feel like such an adolescent. This car's needed a little bit of everything. So this is the S model. Again, the S model is the 16 valve, 2.5 liter version. So it has a timing belt like a regular 944, a rubber belt with teeth that goes from the crankshaft to the distributor housing and turns the exhaust camshaft. So the camshaft on this side of the head, which is the exhaust side, and then in the middle of under this cover is a chain drive between the exhaust cam and the intake cam. And so the intake cam is behind this little cap here on the front of the head. And of course that's the intake side of the head. Under this little black cover are your fuel injectors. So the fuel injectors inject the fuel into the intake manifold right before the intake valve. And the intake manifold over here, actually it's kind of a little bit of an unusual arrangement. You've got your air cleaner in the front, going to your airflow meter, this thing here, that's how it knows how much air is going in. And then that goes through a plastic kind of J-shaped tube to the throttle body, which is way back here against the firewall. There's the throttle body. And then from there it goes into the intake plenum, which actually kind of goes underneath all of the runners, and then down below it goes into all the runners. So that makes it a pretty long runner system with equal length runners. Another quintessential 944 attribute is the parking brake on the left here, as opposed to in the center console. And that's kind of a feature that takes a little while to get used to because you have to use your other hand to lower it down. And it sticks up a little bit if you're sliding your butt into the seat. One thing about a 944 is it actually has a lot of cargo space. With that rear seat folded down and utilizing the passenger seat, you can get an entire full-size drum kit into a 944.